Zero as usual. I usually do live stream on the what is it? Prism Live. So, but the vertical one is a little bit different. So, hey guys, Happy New Year. So in Japan, it's 10 a.m. Hello, hi Dawn. Go Team Berry. So yeah, but I'm assuming, what time is it in your country? Maybe like half the. Hi Wayne, go Team Berry. So I guess like maybe half of the world is still in 2025. Oh, 2 a.m. Okay, 5 p.m. in LA. So still you're in the past in 2025. Hey guys, hey guys. Hello, hello. Hey James, go Team Berry. 12 p.m. Wait, you guys are... Wait, Australia is ahead of us? I guess it depending on where you are in Australia. I guess Australia is big. 7 p.m. in Washington, 8 p.m. in Toronto. Live in the past. 7 p.m. Florida, 11 a.m. in Australia. So, as I was saying, I am at home, by the way. 1 a.m. in UK. Happy New Year! 2 a.m. in EU. 4 a.m. in Iraq. Hey guys, 5 p.m. in California. So, so last year, if you remember, well, 2 years ago, not last year anymore, 2 years ago in 2024, I can't remember if I told you, but Norm got me a little like Christmas tree, and it was like an advent calendar Christmas tree. So every day in December, I was opening up a each slot as normal people do for advent calendar. I don't know why I'm trying to explain what advent calendar is, but then I was decorating the little Christmas tree. Was that 2 years ago already? Yeah, it is. Well, I guess like in the States, I guess it's last year. It's in 2024. And remember the tree? So we were like, I was decorating it. And then we were talking about like some, maybe like how we celebrate Christmas in Japan, or like my personal thing and stuff like that every day. And I was gonna do the same for last year, 2025. So I bought this new advent calendar for myself. This is Advent Tea Calendar 2025. I ordered it, I got it, and then I got sent to a hospital. Yeah, Norm is not here. I'm streaming from home. My mom is hiding, but so if you hear any noise, that's my mom. But then I got sent to hospital, and in the middle of November, and I didn't think I was gonna be in the hospital for over a month. And then I missed the chance to do this whole advent calendar, so I am doing this in January. So from today, I'll be doing, I will do, like if I start doing live stream, I will start doing, I will keep going for, endlessly. So I will set myself, not like a timer, but kind of like a timer. So I'll give myself 15 minutes. So we have 15 minutes every morning, in Japan, to do this tea advent calendar. I don't know what we have. I don't know if we can get like different one for every day, or we might get some duplicates. I have no idea. But let's start with one. There we go. Oh, we got blue. My favorite color. I always say my favorite color is blue, but then I have so many pink and purple stuff. So maybe my favorite colors are pink and purple. Lady, I didn't drop it. Says Lady Grey. London 7006. I didn't know. Earl Grey. Is it Earl Grey? Brew for 1.5 minutes. Is it Earl Grey? Bright with zesty orange and lemon. Let's try that. Oh, smells good. So I got a little mug here. Got a pot. Somebody time for 1.5 minutes. I never time it. Never time it. Just gonna let it sit for a while. And if I mispronounce, sorry. What? Hold on. Peruvian guy. Thank you so much for the super chat. Like upside down smiley face. Super sticker. Oh, hi, Daniel Yuka. Hi, Jerry. 明けましておめでとうございます。明けましておめでとうございます。So, oh yeah, so today's topic, so every day I would set some like topic to talk about for 15 minutes. And today, because this is the first one, I know it's like, Happy New Year. And then like I should be talking about something like more exciting and, New Year's-y kind of stuff. By the way, I have a Pikachu. This is my new, not hobby, new collection. They have like, what is it called? Pokepiece. Pokepiece. If you like Pikachu and some other Pokemon stuff, there's a series called Pokepiece. And like it's got like a baby face Pikachu and then some other characters. Only like limited numbers of characters, like maybe like up to 5. But they're super cute. And this is just GU. So collaboration with GU. Anyway, no, not me, but like Pikachu and GU. But don't get excited. She's a Pikachu, yeah. Yeah, I was like wearing this in the hospital, and all the like, nurses and like doctors are doctors, right? But like all the nurses and then like how can I say, like people who do like physical therapy, like, oh, you're right, Pikachu. And Avelic, thank you so much for the super chat. Can I heart it? I think I can heart it. Yay. So yeah, so today I think everyone wants to know the updates from my end about the whole like hospital thing. And AlphaGar, thank you so much for the super chat, super sticker. That's cute. Get some drink. And also Meet June, thank you so much for the super chat. Ganbatte and Happy New Year for $50. Thank you so much. And look at that. The tea looks super nice color. It's like a little orange. Oh, it smells so good. And Elvis Bland 1, thank you so much for the rainbow super sticker. And James, 12 months! Yay! 1 year anniversary! Pikachu is the best. I know, Pikachu is the best. いただきます. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I was like, I don't feel the citrus, but like, there's like the aftertaste is like very, very like thin orange. It's not too bad. Like, it's not like citrusy. Hmm. Nice and warm. So if you have any questions, let me know. I'll set the timer for like 5 more minutes. I'll go over anyway. So probably like 20 minutes. Max 30 minutes. This is the first one. First New Year's Day, live stream, like first advent calendar live stream. And then I know you guys have so much questions. So, and if I missed any, because like I was like pouring some teas and I was like, saying hi to everybody. So if I missed any questions, you can retype and I can answer those questions. But the topic for today is I should have pinned that topic, but I think everybody knows from the thumbnail that today's topic is me in Japanese hospital. Actually, this was my very first time to be in the hospital at all. So, um, I got carried to a hospital by an ambulance. So it was my first time to be in the ambulance, and the first time to be in, like, be hospitalized. And originally it was only for a week max. um I didn't know the procedure at all. So one, um there are a couple things I noticed. I think everybody knows the ambulance in Japan is free, but it's not completely free. So depending on where you are, where you live, so you have to be careful. But if you call the ambulance, I think in Japan it's not 911, it's 119, and they would ask if you need the ambulance or fire truck. So is it like, medical emergency or is it fire? And then you have to tell them like, oh, I need ambulance, right? And then basically they would direct you what to say. So I know you want to tell your condition or anything like that, but the first they would ask you, okay, so give me the address to send the ambulance to. And so you give them an address, and before they ask any condition or to decide whether or not you need an ambulance, they will just automatically send you an ambulance. Then while they are sending that, they would ask a little bit of more detail, and then they would just like hang up the phone once, and then they'll say that the once the ambulance is close by, the ambulance driver or the one of the staff will call you. So please answer the phone. And depending on where you live and how far the ambulance is, give yourself like 1 to maybe 10, 15 minutes. Not 1 to 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes. And then you get the phone call. And they usually ask the similar questions like what's happening, and like, it's like the who needs the ambulance and then things like that. And then once they come, and then you just ride on it, and again they would like do the like medical check and whatnot in the ambulance, and they would ask you a bunch of questions. Of course, if you're unconscious, if you're unconscious, they don't ask any questions. But then they will decide a way to send you. And basically, you cannot choose any like which hospital you want to go to. Um, Even if you have like a request, they basically refuse. And then it takes kind of forever until they start driving. And I didn't know how loud ambulance like sirens are, and also it was so um it was a rough drive. I thought like it's an ambulance. I like they are carrying sick people or injured people, so I thought it was going to be like very smooth ride. No, no. It was like riding in a truck or something. It was super bumpy and super loud. And then just because like you get carried to the hospital in an ambulance, that doesn't mean that you get like treated right away. You get right into the ER, but like of course, depending on the how crowded it is and how depending on your condition, they would decide who they will treat first. And so basically, I got pneumonia. That's the first thing. I got pneumonia, and pneumonia triggered my asthma. So I was getting like severe asthma attack. So that's the reason why I couldn't breathe. And then because of that, I had I had MG. It's autoimmune. Is it autoimmune disease? Somebody type. Somebody type, please. Oh, I forgot. I wasn't scrolling. Sorry. I wasn't scrolling. Like I'm not getting any comments. James, thank you so much for the super chat. I made a sticker for you, Sherry, in Japanese hospital. Oh, what? That's so sweet. So, autoimmune, yeah, autoimmune. So, oh, I got 100 likes. Yay. Oh, this is, it happened at home. I thought I was like, just like getting like normal sick. And then turns out it was a pneumonia. Yeah, no wonder why I was like very, very, you know, I was suffering from it. Anyway, but actually I went to the ER on my own because I was running out of breath and I was like heavily breathing and all that on Saturday. And but the ER doctor was like, "Oh, you're fine. Like it's not gonna be, like it's not gonna get any worse than this, and I'll like give you some like cold medicine." And yeah, and then I got sent home. And then the next day, the next 2 days got worse and worse and worse, and I ended up calling the ambulance. So depending on the so as I was saying, so depending on the area and your condition, when you were carried to a hospital in an ambulance, and then the doctor sees that the condition wasn't severe enough to call an ambulance, and then you will be charged extra. So like it's not gonna be like so much, but like maybe like $100 or something. So that's kind of like Japanese way of trying to like give people who are calling the ambulance and use it like a taxi just because it's free, to charge them like a penalty, like fine. And Dog Snyder 77818. Thank you so much for the super sticker. Is that lemon? It's a lemon. That's cute. And yes, James, my mom is sitting on the sofa right now, just playing with her phone. So yeah, there's also, I can't remember the number, but there is also a number that you can call beforehand, if you are eligible for calling the ambulance, and you can just dial that number, and usually they like nurses, I think nurses answer the phone, and then they would they are very helpful. They will tell you which hospitals are open even on the holidays and stuff like that. And depending on the condition, they will tell you, yeah, you can go ahead and call an ambulance, or they would say like, oh, if that's the condition, you don't have to do that right now. You can try to like call like the like couple of the nearby hospitals or clinics, and you can just try to go there and stuff like that. So you can use that phone number. It's like started with like the pound, and that's pound, right? And like, was it like 7119 or something? I don't know if they have like English version though, but yeah. And then after that, I got like I got like blood tests and then everything like that. And then I got like diagnosed with pneumonia. And because I have MG and then also I have asthma, so they're like, okay, so it's, and then since they sent me home 2 days beforehand, and then things got worse, so they were like, okay, we would like you to stay in the hospital for a couple of days. And like, okay, if it's a couple of days. And then um, after that, then I got IV and also like medicine and everything like that. And the first night was like so bad that I couldn't stop like coughing and then breathe. And and then I was able to talk to like you know, like different doctors, because it's a, how can I say, like university hospital, so they have like many different types of doctors. And then they like changed the medicine and then like treatment and everything like that, and it slowly got better. But then as I got better, they were just like start thinking, I was like, oh, now you can be discharged from the hospital. And around that time they realized like, okay, so your MG is actually getting worse. And that happens like when you have like some sort of like um undergoing some like severe sickness or something like that. You can your MG can get worse. And I start take like I was already taking steroids because of my asthma, but still the steroids weren't really like that much, like it wasn't really doing much for my MG. And so they decided to do the blood cleaning thing. And up to that point, it was already like more than 3 weeks in, I guess. And then during the blood cleaning, you can't take out all the blood all at once and then put it back in, right? And so they have to do like a little bit at a time. So they decided to do 3 times and see how it was gonna go. And gradually things got better, not fully back yet. Like I'm not even like 25% there yet. Uh, I can only walk in the house right now, and you have seen my house. It's not that big, and especially like I have right now after I got discharged from the hospital, I have like physical therapist and an occupational therapist and also nurse come to my house to do some you know, condition check and then therapy and everything like that. But um, but still, like when I do like 60 minutes of a rehabilitation, my day it's pretty much done because like I get super exhausted. And so, and I like if I want to go out, as you saw in Norm's video, that I need someone to push the wheelchair because because my wheelchair is not like electric wheelchair, not the cool ones. And the thing is that like the it's not just my legs, it's my arms and my breathing as well. So if I like overly exhaust myself, if I move too much, then it gets harder and harder to breathe, and I like my grips are not completely back yet, so I keep dropping stuff as well. So I had to change my silverware, and then like plates and cups to plastic, so that like one, it's light enough for me to like carry around, or two, even if I drop them, oh Kyle, good Timberry, I won't break them. And like in the morning is usually the like best condition, because like you have like tons of rest. And then diabetic, thank you so much for the super chat. Oh, that's super sweet. Electric wheelchair fund, thank you. So that's why, like, if I have like an electric wheelchair, then like you get like a little like like, what is it called, like joystick, and you can just like drive, right? And also like my mom has been like pushing my wheelchair, but like it's not impossible. But if you think of like carrying a person, and plus like the whole weight of the person, plus the wheelchair weight, that's kind of like a lot of weight, especially like if you're like driving in the hospital or something, then that's like flat and it's like smooth ride. But then if it's outside, it's like very like like the road is like tilted or bumpy, or like have to go up and down. So it's a lot of work. So anyway, but yeah, I think that kind of covers the the whole thing pretty much. So if you have any questions, we only have like 3 more minutes. I saw Norm's video. The cost. The cost is very difficult to tell, I will say. Because how can I say? So I think some people think Japanese medical bills are free, like hospitals are free. No, it's not. If you are like taxpayer, if you pay like taxes, and if you how can I say, if you pay for the health insurance and everything, you only have to pay for 30% of whatever the treatment. And so the beauty of, I think, Japanese medical system is that depending on and it doesn't matter which area you live in, depending on what doctor you got treated with, the medical bills are exactly the same, as long as the treatment is the same. So even if you got treated with like crappy doctor or the like world famous doctor, it's 100% the same price. And anyway, thank you so much for the super chat. Hope this can help a little, Sherry. It helps a lot. Thank you so much. And when you get hospitalized, there are, I guess, mainly 2 ways to be hospitalized. One is kind of like scheduled hospitalization. So you visit a doctor, and then the doctor tells you, okay, so we need to you need to get hospitalized for like this many days, and then you have time to prep and everything, and then you can choose the room and things like that. But for me, it was a emergency, and so I basically didn't have the choice the doctor kind of like, it's kind of like a doctor's order, right? Doctors tell me to stay in the hospital. So if that's the case, um, no matter where you are, no matter which room you are choosing, and um, kind of like everything will be set up. So the price is a little different, even if the situation looks the same. You get what I mean? And yeah, you can choose a room. So in Japan, um, there is a fee called room fee. So if you want to get like a personal room, that's the additional like room fee that you have to pay, and that is not covered by insurance. You have to pay 100%. And depending on what type of room, if I when I was when the first, was that like first week or first 2 weeks, I can't remember. So week or two, I was in like a really big room, and usually you'll be charged for that room. But as I said, it was like emergency, and then they didn't have any other room, so I didn't have a choice but to stay in that room. So if you are signed up for my Patreon, there is a room tour, and like you will be amazed. It looks like a hotel. It doesn't look like a hospital at all. And so if you choose that kind of room, that's like super expensive. I think that's like $2,000 per night, per day. So like if it's like 1 night, 2 days, like $4,000 or something like that. So depending on the hospital. And so that's like room fee. And that's like on top of any medical treatment. And then that will be covered by a medical insurance. And I mean, I didn't have to pay for that, of course, because like I didn't choose that room. But if you choose that room, yes, you have to pay that. And but there are like many different ranks, and the cheapest one, yeah, something like that. So the cheapest one is that there is no room fee, but you have to share one room with like 4 to 6 people, and you are only divided by curtains. So that's the room that you saw in Norm's video. And so because like I told them, like, as long like once you have any bed available, I want to move to the free room. So then you don't have the free and you don't have to pay for the room fee. So, and I guess other things that won't be covered by the insurance will be food. So you'll be served 3 meals per day, and that will be covered by a insurance. So those are the two things. But the other treatments will be covered by, unless you have to go through like, I mean, nothing will be like extraordinary expensive, I guess, depending on like, I don't know, like depending on the person, like what will be expensive, what not be expensive will be like kind of different. So I can't really speak for everybody. But unless you won't get like surgery won't be that expensive either. If you want to, if there are some treatments that you have to go through, but it's gonna be like super duper expensive, and then the doctors will tell you. Even for my blood cleaning, the doctors didn't tell me anything about like how much it was gonna be. They don't even know. They don't know. And so, but then I asked them, like, I'm a little worried about like how much it's gonna be, because that sounds like very expensive. And then but then like they told me that like they never had anybody who couldn't pay. So I was like, okay. Yeah. So I mean, I guess I will say like definitely much cheaper than getting medical, like say medical treatment uh in the States or something, for sure. Were you allergic to any medication reactions? No, I'm not really allergic to anything. I don't have food allergies. I don't have any like I'm not allergic to any specific medicine. Um, yeah, so I was fine. But anyway, so that's pretty much the I mean like the blood cleaning. I don't think I talked about like what it was like to get like blood cleaned. But yeah, blood cleaning was little, it wasn't fun. It wasn't fun. Like I think there's two main points. This is the last thing that I talked about. And if you have any questions, you can ask me tomorrow. But one is that the needle is like super duper thick and it's super duper long. And so you kind of have to get some like kind of like a anesthesia tape first, and for like 2 hours to like kind of like numb the skin or something, which doesn't really help. And then so that's like kind of like pretty painful, and especially I was doing it every other day, so you're still suffering from the needle, like needle, how can I say, injury from the day before, 2 days before that. And but then because like you have to find the thickest vein, so the vein that they use is pretty much the same, and so they are trying to stick in the same spot. So it's like the first day is like, oh, I'm maybe I'm fine, and the second time I was like, oh, this is painful, and then the third time I was like, oh, okay, I'm done. Right? So that's the one thing that I didn't like. And then the second thing is that like the vein that they use for me is like around like inside my elbows. So for like 2.5 hours to 3 hours, you cannot bend your arms, like both of your arms, because like they are taking blood from like one arm and then going through the machine and then clean it and then put it in like put it back through the other arm. So which means you cannot move your arms, both of them, for 3 hours. Like if you try that, your elbows start getting like really really sore, and then especially like whole like yeah blood wash, and then you can't you can't really like roll around, so your back started to hurt, and then you try to like get some sleep, but like you can't really like you know sleep much. And yeah, so yeah, I struggle a lot. So that's like two main things that was kind of hard. Yeah, I try not to look at the needles, and then like from that needle there are like a really thick tube that going through the machine. So like if you the type of person who faint looking at the blood, that's you probably should look away the whole time. I made a mistake. Well, it was like after the treatment, but then I looked at the needle and then the whole machine after the treatment was done. I was like, okay, that whole thing was like in my arm. So anyway, yeah, I have my checkup in like 2 weeks. So hopefully I can uh I get some like good news. I mean like I don't think I'll do any like tests or anything. I think the doctor wants to ask like how things are going after being discharged from the hospital. I think that's the main topic. But okay, so it's been kind of really long. I mean, I am super, super grateful that people are here. You guys are here to support me. And also, like, you know, you guys take a look at Norm's videos and then like came to my coffee website to give me some like donations. I might be able to get an electric chair, a wheelchair. Yay. But I am so, so grateful. And as a one of my like, as I like thank you gesture, I want to do this the advent calendar that I was supposed to do last month, this month, so that I can see you guys every day like this for 15 to 30 minutes and enjoy the tea every day. So grab yourself some like tea or coffee, depending on the time, I guess. Don't get too much coffee before bed. But anyway, Happy New Year, and thank you so much for your support last year. And I will continue to make more content as much as I can with Norm, and then trying to do some like, I'm like kind of like excited to do some like maybe like if I ever get like electric wheelchair, I can do like electric wheelchair, you know, live stream. That would be fun, right? So anyway, I will see you guys tomorrow, and I hope you guys have I hope you guys have a happy new year, and please, please take care of yourselves, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye. Akiome. Bye. Akiome. See ya. Bye. See you tomorrow.